I want to talk a little bit about the pain that you feel when your lawn care business is in the $300 to $600,000 range. So as you grow your company, you'll find spots in the business, um, the 300 to 600,000, where the business is miserable. It is really easy to give up, and it's easy to want to just scale way back. So that's what I want to talk about. So in the beginning, you're doing all the work yourself. You feel like nearly all the money you're earning is going in your pocket. You mow a lawn for $40. You think almost all of it's going in my pocket, maybe a little gas, and for the most part it is. So, but eventually you get too busy, and you need some employees. So you give them about a third of the profits that they generate for the business, and the company's doing well. You have a couple employees. Let's say you're doing 250,000 per year, and you're able to pocket 100,000. And so you think, oh, I got a pretty good thing going. I mean, it's hard work, and I'm having to be over a couple employees, but 100,000 a year, that's pretty good. So it's easy to start thinking, dang, if at 250,000 I'm able to put 100,000 in my pocket, like, how about I double that? Let's go up to 500,000, and that'll be like 200,000. That'll be amazing. But that's not usually how it works. So usually people start when working out of their garage or their parents' garage. Then when you get a couple trucks and two or three employees, it starts to be hard to, you know, find parking for everything, and the neighbors start getting mad. And then you decide, okay, well, let's just get a shop space. Next thing you know, you're paying 1,500 a month for a shop space. That's 18,000 a year that just disappeared. Then you have internet, utilities on top of that, and so you grow from 250,000, let's say, to 400,000. And at that point, you've got your four employees. You're sick of answering the phone 24/7. You're just getting too busy. You hire a full-time person to be in the office, and there goes another 30, 40,000 a year. So and then you grow from 400,000 to 500,000, and you're really busy doing estimates and training guys, and you have five or six employees. You have four trucks and quite a bit of equipment, and you got trucks breaking down. There's just quite a few headaches. And you look back and you think, man, 2 or 3 years ago, I had a couple employees and things were great, and now, let's say I'm earning 120,000 a year instead of 100, but I got more trucks, more headaches. I have this stupid shop payments. This business stinks. I need to scale back. Things were way better then, and at that stage in the business, that might be a legit thing. That's how you can really fill. But that's the size of business that is like the worst, 3 to 600,000. Um, there is an option to not having the overhead, but I promise that getting 40 calls while you're trying to train a new guy in one day and trying to take notes and turn off mowers, and I've done it. It's no fun. That's not a good long-term solution. It's no fun for the neighbors to hate you and bug you and give you dirty looks because you have employees parked in front of their house all day. So if you're doing, let's say you sucked it up and you made it through this hard time and you just pushed through and you made it to 800,000 or a million, you wouldn't have to pay more for an office person. They'd still be able to handle the work. And so all that overhead you're paying at 400,000, that's exactly the same for the office person when it's bigger, or not a whole lot more. If you have 8 trucks instead of 4, they can still work with your shop. All that overhead that you've already paid at a much smaller company size, it's exactly the same with the bigger. So all this overhead that you paid as a smaller company, it's exactly the same. And so as you get bigger, you're able to see way more profits because you're not having to pay again for those things. And so I really encourage people to think through what they want out of the business, or when they get around 300,000, 400,000. Because once you start bumping to get up against that number, you need to move out of working out of your home. You need a secretary. You need to decide really what you want. If you're going to continue growing, I recommend just marketing like crazy, and just within a year or two, just push through. And if you can just really push to get to 600,000, 700,000, life will be quite a bit better, and you'll actually start seeing money in your pocket. And as you get closer to a million, you'll be taking home a couple 100,000, and you'll be like, okay, this was a lot more worth it. I can actually, if I want to take more off my plate, I can say, I'm willing to give up some of my pay to hire this person that'll make my life easier. And you start having way more options, and it feels way more like a business than like a job that's just a big nightmare. Some things to consider.